Hello my friends! Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. As you can see, lots of things have been happening. I got a new job. I'm doing my online college. I have now moved to a new house. But backtracking a little bit, this is footage from our trip to Moab back in January, end of January.
It's hard to imagine what the appraisal would have been on a dented door in the old. That is. Wow.
This time we went to the Grand Staff Canyon Trail. That was a new one for us. It was pretty cold that morning, not gonna lie, but it was very beautiful.
Neat.
A video of you.
That sounds good too. Cold winter sunshine.
There were these super cool, huge icicles along the canyon wall. And there was, surprisingly, some bright green watercress in the stream. And I love dippers. They're just the bravest little birds. They plunge straight into that cold water and pick up food. The huge icicles were really impressive, and Dominic and I spent a while admiring them in awe. We could walk up amongst them. We came upon what we assumed was the same dipper again, a little way down the stream. It was still busy about its work, and it kept doing this cute little bounce. It was a good hike, and we were tired and cold afterwards. We drove home to Durango, where I got back to work on my college course. One night on my drive home from work, I saw the cutest thing. 2 great horned owls sitting on a branch together. And if you haven't seen my YouTube short of the building of the studio, I recommend you check that out. It is now finished, and this is what I ended up moving into. Sadly, before I could move, I hit a deer on the highway. I felt so awful. There's so many deer in that area. I was so hoping to avoid doing that. I was running back and forth, packing up the last of my things. Elfie the cat and Rosie the dog were being silly together. Once in a while, Elfie will chase Rosie, and that's always so much fun. I was hoping she would do that, but she just felt like lying there rolling around in the dirt and teasing Rosie. Some very sad news is that Dominic's family's beloved old dog Maisie reached the end of her life during this time. It's been a very mild winter, hardly any snow down in our area. The high mountains have been getting some snow, but not much down here. But there were a few flurries, and then one big one in February, one big snow in February, and then another snow in March. Aaron and Austin got a new puppy to be a friend for Rosie. He's an adorable little mixed breed dog, and his name is Rocky.
Let go. Let go.
At first, Rosie wasn't sure about him, but now he's grown on her and they're good pals. Happily. I think he's adorable. These are in the early days, when Rosie still wasn't quite sure, and he's playing with her toy. She was very patient, though.
Yep.
Dominic has all these beautiful fairy lights strung up around his house. It looks so magical. This was the big snow on Valentine's Day, actually. Snowed in.
Look at that snow.
Back at home, Maud was excited by the things being moved around as I packed up. She loves to taste things and hide in them and play. She's my adventure bunny.
Whoa!
Murphy's a bit more chill. He was he was getting out his hay there. I usually don't give them hay in that. It was just sitting there and he got into it. He was a little more nervous about the move. Oh, here's Rocky again. Cute little guy. And Rosie, of course, is cute and beautiful as well. So cute. Here's Maud exploring her new home. Both bunnies have settled in really well. They love it. They're very comfortable. It's a very comfortable little space. Bloop. There goes Maudie under the bed. Maudie loves it. Gonna find out what's new around here. A favorite Maudie place. Once I and the bunnies had settled in, Dominic and I felt like it was time for a trip to Utah. So we took off. We went along this really interesting stretch of road called the Moki Dugway. It's part of Utah State Route 261. It's a very steep, unpaved road that goes up in steep switchbacks up the Cedar Mesa. It's very cool and kind of scary. The views were amazing. On this trip, we were exploring Bullet Canyon. It had a nice hiking trail, and the weather was beautiful. Felt so good to be there. And it's always a good, just mental reset to get out of town. At least that's how we experience it. Fun.
Got the battery. Power light. Something.
Oh, neat. Oh, wow.
Cool. Get back up that hill. Just feel low now again.
Wow. Neat.
Sitting up on top looks like a guy sitting cross-legged. Meditating on a
It
rock.
does.
On a toadstool.
Meditation rock.
Meditating on a toadstool.
No. You. Then it was time to find a campsite for the night. We drove down Road Canyon Road and found an epic campsite. Absolutely amazing. It looks a little scary from the photos, but I assure you the car was safe. We weren't right on the edge, but it was a beautiful campsite. We got to see the sun slowly fading from the land.
Will do.
Look at this view.
More than do.
And then the next morning, the sun rising was equally beautiful. It was a really amazing spot. It wouldn't always work. Sometimes it's windy over there and buffet the car around. But on this night, it was still and quiet. We took a little morning walk along the road. And then it was time to return home, so we got on the road again. I love this place where the road cuts through Comb Ridge. It's such a neat little channel through the rock. The bunnies and I are happy to see each other again. And Dominic and I made a scrumptious dinner for ourselves.
Christmas lights in the fridge.
The fridge light went out and we didn't have a spare around. So Dominic rigged up some Christmas lights to light it up in the meantime. It was really fun. It feels really magical in my little studio when it snows outside. The little bunny's sitting there. Maudie wanted to see the snow, so she got up on the windowsill to look out. Funny bunny. Dominic and I both work 4 10-hour days, so we have a 3-day weekend together. That's pretty great, though the 10-hour days are pretty long. My new job is at a childcare center, caring for a bunch of 2-year-olds. They're pretty cute, but oh my goodness, they're a lot of work too. To be fast. Wow. Yeah, when they're running up the hill, that was neat. That is a lot of turkeys. Wow.
Nice.
That's neat. And like all covered in ice. We went to a nearby lake in hopes of skiing, but there wasn't quite enough snow for most of it. While we were walking, though, it started snowing, and we saw the cutest little snowshoe hare. That totally made my day. On that happy note, I will end this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. I will see you next time.